Welcome to part 4 of this series. By now you know it's coding a portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap styling. This might be the last part. I know we just have our About and Contact Me page to work on. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, yeah, let's jump into it. Hope you enjoy. Bye. Okay, we made it to part 4. Okay, let's see, what are we trying to achieve today? So right now, as you can see, this is what we have. So we're trying to make pretty dang close. So we have all our projects. We want to make an About page and a Contact Me page. And maybe, I think we'll leave it here once we finish these 2 pages, but maybe at the if I want to come back, I'll show you how to do a hover page, and maybe we'll come together and design what could in like a project page once you click into it look like. That could be a next step, and show you kind of how you go from a design idea to coding. And that's kind of what we're doing here. You can see this is a scaffolding for design, and then we went from there to code it up. That's usually my project flow. Yeah, I think that's very typical. Some people do kind of code, it's like start just getting the framework just like we did without maybe an idea in mind. I just, as coming from a design background, that's what I like to do. All right, that's enough talking about design and all of that. Let's get into it. We left off in last video, we were working on our CSS styling. So I think first we'll do the About page. As you can see, there's nothing there. And this is what we were trying to achieve. So there's a title, About Me, photo on the left, and then writing on the right. Okay, cool. And then there are some links that link out to GitHub and LinkedIn. So boom, just like that. So I'll show you how to link out as well. So, and this is one of the reasons I use React JS now, which is like in the JavaScript frameworks, a technology related to that, which kind of eliminates, you still use HTML inside, it's just called JSX. It's a little confusing, but oof. Yeah, it's a little, you don't have to keep repeating yourself, I guess. So basically I just copied everything from the index and I pasted it into the About, and I'll save that. It's still the portfolio website, so you want to keep the title the same. Every site on this page, I want them to access our style sheet and I want them to get Bootstrap. I don't think I said this before, but the reason we put our style sheet below the Bootstrap is that so we can override, because it reads from bottom up. And that's why the script tags are on the bottom. But this way, like say, like Bootstrap has its own built-in typeface, right? If we want to override that, we put our style sheet below so that it supersedes it. Okay, cool. So now if we saved this, so if we look at it now, it's going to look just the same as our homepage, right? We want a different title. We want it to read About Me. So I'm going to copy that in and just paste it as our title. And that should do the job. So that's why it's nice to have, obviously, consistency on the web, just for like design-wise, but then it also makes it easier for you. Okay, so let's get rid of everything. We're still going to have a row. So let's get rid of all this stuff. I think I left an extra div in there. Yeah, and this is why tabbing is so helpful. And let's call this, instead of projects, items, page items. Sure. Okay, so now we have About Me, we have our row, we have our paid items. So I see that I have, and I'm using Bootstrap styling, so I see I have a photo on the left, text on the right. So within my row, now I'm going to have 2 divs, and I'm using Bootstrap. I'm going to give them a class of call, and at medium, I want them to be half and half like they are over there. So I'm going to divide 12 by 2, I get 6. So 2 call MD6. Got that, paste it. Oops, did not get the whole thing. There we go. And then I have the image on the left. So I'm just going to do what I've done before. Image src / image, and then I called it About Image. Great. And then let's close that and add our alt tag. Alt so you can try to be as specific as possible. And then on the right, I know I have all of this text. let's actually put that in an H6 for now. And then we'll see what it looks like. So it looks like I also, you know what I think actually what I want to do is just put this in a paragraph tag. Makes no sense. So I could break it. I could do, to get to a new line, I could do BR like that. I prefer to just make 2 paragraph tags because it's already going to separate them. Great. So let's see what that looks like. So you already have it linked up. Go to the About page. That looks cool. I don't mind it being smaller. So that's kind of weird that on this size it does that. Let's inspect and see what's going on. Oh, so as you can see, our image is actually not taking up. We're having the same thing. Our image not taking up the full 100%. You know what? I kind of like the idea, even though it's not a project thumbnail, I do want to have to margin bottom for when the text goes underneath. And I also do want it to take up just 100% of that column. So I'm actually going to give our image class name project thumbnail. Save that. See what happens. There we go. Much better. And when it goes underneath, it has some margin below it too. Cool. Okay, that's all that's there. Awesome. So I'm liking how that's shaping up. Okay, another thing about HTML is now we need to relink everything, right? So just because we're on the About page, we're already there. So we're just going to do a hashtag, contact HTML. It's still in the same folder, so that's great. And then this is no longer a hashtag. We want it to go back home. So /index.html. And we're done with that page. Amazing. I said I was done, but then I forgot to tag this up. So I want my LinkedIn to be here. So I'm going to make an A tag surround just the LinkedIn. Just copied and pasted that in. And then, let's see, let me grab my LinkedIn URL. Okay, and then I'm going to do href and then the link to it. And you definitely want the HTTPS in this case. And then I'm going to do target _ blank. And this is what opens it up in a new window. And so I'm just going to copy this and also wrap it around my GitHub. And it's nice. Visual Studio Code closed it for me. I do want it to surround that. So let me go to my GitHub. And maybe I'll do a video on GitHub. It's very useful in the fact that it creates repositories. So if I don't want this all on my desktop all the time, I can always like clone what I've already done, bring it back to my desktop. It saves your work. It shows that you're working when you're applying for jobs. You can see your Git commits, which is every time you save it up to GitHub. And it's just super useful. It's also nice to see what other people are doing out there, to stay current. There's so many positive things about GitHub. I'm a big fan. Okay, so now we have this all linked up, which is great. Let's look at it. And I do love that, you know, the underline doesn't appear until I do this. It does look really nice. So let's go now to the contact me page, empty. Okay. So we already know we want, if we look at what it looks like here, and we fixed that, which is great. So the contact me page, it's very similar, right? So let's grab all of this, open contact me, paste this in. All right, so I have contact me, title, and title. And then I just have email me. Short and to the point. So let's just put it within this A tag. Because we're actually, and we're going to look this up together. Okay, so that's one way address tag. And again, W3 schools. So right now I want href and mail to, and I'll just leave it as webmaster@example.com. But that is how you do it. Definitely want to put this all in quotes. And then we don't need target. And then you could also have it so that there's a preset. Maybe they'll even say this here. And I'll link W3 schools again within the show notes. So you can do, yeah, and then attributes. Okay. There is something else where you can actually have it so you set the subject. I don't think that's important. You can let the person set their own subject of the email. Okay, cool. And then we want to change this / image, and then we want it to be email. We can also use a noun project icon, make our own icon. This is just the Gmail icon. All right, refresh. Hopefully there's some magic. Cool. Let's relink our navigation. So since we're already on contact, hashtag / about, and then let's see. This is going to say the same because we just want to go to the index. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I know on my website through just building it myself, but also the extension Font Ninja, which I love for Chrome. I know that I'm using Roboto, which is a Google font. So I'll show you how to do that. I already went over this in episode 1, but it's always good to have a refresher. So I know that I'm using Roboto, first one that comes up, and I'm just customize it. I'm using regular and bold. So now if I go to embedded, it has all of this. And once again, I want to place this at the bottom so that it can override. And yeah, I want it on every page. So a little bothersome. It's nice to kind of plan this, but it's only one link. But it is good to plan things out in the beginning, especially if you had like so many web pages, right? You can see how like going back and just pasting it everywhere could be bothersome. Boom. And then we want it to be font family Roboto sans serif. So why we would put sans serif there is because, say, it's a browser that isn't compatible with Google Fonts, which I'm not sure at the moment which ones are not. Obviously, Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, all compatible. But say you had like a very old browser that maybe hasn't updated in a while, it would just go to a typical sans serif. And I want this to be applied everywhere, so I could do star, or I can do body to select everything. So I'm just going to do that. As you can see, body is just a full tag, so it's not a class, so it doesn't get a dot in front of it. So let's see what that looks like. Cool. And then we want, these are all H3s. So I could do it in title, or I can just select H3s. And we want the font weight to be 800, I believe. Yeah, okay. That looks great. Trying to think. Yeah, maybe, thanks for, first of all, coming on this journey with me. I guess it's kind of a shorter video, which is nice. Maybe I'll come back and see, style up what an interior page could look like and add a hover effect to my projects. That could be cool. And then you could see me use Sketch to develop it and just take it from ideation through wireframe, finalized design, to coding it up. I think that's a great idea. I think for future projects, maybe I'll go to Dribbble, which is a great resource. I'll pull it up too and put it in the show notes. You need a link to join. So as you can see, I'm already on UX/UI. Let's look at website design. So as you can see, people have done websites. This is a great way to learn. Like, say you want to do something obviously more complicated here. You can try to practice just like taking this and then coding it up. Maybe we'll give that a try next. And then also, I definitely want to make a React tutorial, maybe going from back end to front end. And yeah, just different technologies are surrounding all of that. Maybe we'll have some one-off tutorial videos. Again, thanks for sticking with me and building this awesome kind of basic site, but definitely a great learner. Okay, have a great day. Bye.